Boris Johnson and the Conservatives' feeble results in the local elections may not see him out of office just yet, it's been claimed. The Tories have lost hundreds of council seats in the 2022 local elections. Grassroots and senior Tories alike have placed the blame firmly at the feet of the Prime Minister Boris Johnson, whose numerous Partygate scandals and ineffectiveness in tackling the cost of living crisis have seen his popularity clearly plummet among voters. Among the bad results included losing key London boroughs Wandsworth, Barnet, and Westminster, their only council in Wales, and other significant losses across wider England and Scotland. Mr Johnson addressed the bad batch of results, saying the Tories had a tough night. He said, "We had a tough night in some parts of the country, but on the other hand in other parts of the country you are still seeing Conservatives going forward and making quite remarkable gains in places that haven't voted Conservative for a long time, if ever." The big lesson from this is that this is a message from voters that what they want us to do above all, 1, 2 and 3, is focus on the big issues that matter to them, taking the country forward, making sure we fix the post-COVID aftershock, get us all through the economic aftershocks in the way we got through COVID, fix the energy supply issues, that's where the inflationary spike is coming, and keep going with our agenda of high wage, high skill jobs. That is what we are focused on. But despite Mr Johnson's bluster that voters have faith in him to deliver, Tories across the country have been calling for the Prime Minister to make a swift exit and firmly laid the blame on him for the major losses. The vitriol hasn't just come from grassroots Tories, but also from senior backbenchers. Senior Tory Sir Roger Gale was scathing of the Prime Minister in comments made on Friday evening, saying Mr Johnson is hanging on by his fingertips. He also revealed there could be a vote of no confidence in the PM, revealing that 30 to 40 letters of no confidence had been submitted against Mr Johnson. Will Boris Johnson resign after the election? Surprisingly, according to Smarket's Political Markets, Mr Johnson's chances of surviving as Prime Minister have improved even after shambolic local election results. The chance of him leaving number 10 before the end of the year has dropped from 45% to 37% as English Council results appeared on Friday to not be as bad as some had feared. Smarket's head of political markets Matthew Shaddock said, "If anything, these results appear to have strengthened Boris Johnson's shaky grip on power." This was less bad for the Tories than many had forecast. As a result, the prospect of a leadership challenge seems to have diminished somewhat, even more so with the breaking news about Durham police re-investigating Keir Starmer. Despite Labour's gains in some parts of the country, the Conservatives remain favourites to win most seats at the next general election, although a hung parliament remains most likely with a 54% chance. The odds on Smarkets had suggested Labour wins in Barnet and Wandsworth were probable, but their victory in Westminster was something of a surprise, having been rated as a 28% chance beforehand. In sharp contrast to Mr. Johnson's dropping odds, Sir Keir Starmer's odds of an exit this year have increased from 5% to 15%. It follows the news that Durham police will investigate the Labour leader for an alleged breach of lockdown rules in April last year. The force originally decided not to investigate, but said that in light of new information, it would now look into the matter. A Labour Party spokesperson said, "We're obviously happy to answer any questions there are, and we remain clear that no rules were broken."